in this video, I'm going to show you how I did my album transitions, as well as break down 3 different methods I used for these transitions. And what better way to do that than give you a prime example? If you take your eyes over to this screen recording right here, I'll show you exactly how one of those sound like. So now you should have a pretty good idea for what we're here for today. As you're able to see, even on a streaming platform like Spotify, it was a seamless transition. You couldn't even tell the song switched if you had your eyes closed. And I'm going to show you how I did that. Not really, because first we're going to show you a different song. Boom, get it out of here. Now, of course, we'll get back to that one. This is I Know into SoCal. Now, I've actually made a whole separate video on this song already. So if you want to check that out, that's on my channel. Maybe do a binge watch and get my watch time up. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. I want to focus on this outro portion right here. I don't think I went over in that video anyway. The whole basis of the song is these piano chords right here, which makes something like a transition super easy because you don't have to change much to transition into the next song, which is how I do the first method, which is simply taking an instrument from the next song and then dropping it into the last one to make a seamless transition. And that comes in the shape of this lead right here from the next song, SoCal. So now FL Studio, the wonderful software that you are, if you have a lead that was already made in FL Studio and export it, it'll remember the BPM as well as the key, and then when you export it into a different project, it'll automatically put it into its proper place. So all I did was drag in the lead, and this is how it came out. And you see, it was just as simple as having that same leader right there. It helps that the lead is really catchy too. So the transition is very noticeable and doesn't break any sort of flow. It just goes right into it. Now, the first method was probably the easiest one, but instead of just taking an instrument from the next song, what if we introduce a new instrument entirely? Now, when you break this one down, it's pretty simple too. All I did was that I took the strings from 2005 and then rearranged them in a way that made it sound more similar to the strings that are present in the next song. And then after I did that, I think I threw a shaper box or something on here so that you can tell it's a clear shift happening. Like once you hear this come on, you know that something is changing, and it sounds like this on its own. You see at the end there, I change it back to the normal strings without any effects on it. And that's obviously to give it some sort of climactic feel to make you realize that, yeah, this is the end right here, especially when it happens the second time. That's when the part of transition. So it wouldn't make sense to have the effect keep going because at that point it's over. It's ready to transition. So why hold back? And I also added a bass line from the next song, and I simply did the same exact thing. You see how it cuts out just like how it does on the strings? So now when you put them together, that empty space is there, right? And what do you do with empty space? You fill it, baby. And that's where I got the idea for the piano. This piano melody is only present in this part of the song. Nowhere else in the FLP is it. It's none of these other channels. Not even for the next song either. It plays in the intro for the next song and it just completely goes away. You never hear it again. It's just for the purpose of helping the transition. And this is a newer technique that I haven't experimented much with, but I think it works really well. So now let's play this shit and pay attention. I'm about to teach you, class. And you hear the piano from the transition is still there, same melody. And then right here, gone. But yeah, that's how. And now for the last transition method I'm going to showcase in this video. If the first one was taking an instrument from a song and then placing it into another, and the second one was introducing a whole new instrument to make it tie together, this one is taking a whole composition from another song and implementing it into another, which is much more work than the other 2 methods. The other 2 methods, the work mostly comes from the idea, that creativity to make it happen. This right here is a lot of messing around in the piano roll. So for this one, Coalescence into Colors of the Heart. At first, it starts off real easy. So like I said, right here, this is the part that you learn to know throughout the song. It's the same chords, nothing's changing, same instruments, just normal fare. And then right there, that is the clear indicator that something is changing. The chords change a little bit, not too much, but the notes change just a little bit for you to notice the change and also to gradually transition into the chords of the next song. And then another piano is introduced right there. So that goes back into the second method that I showed off, introducing a whole new instrument and melody that just isn't in either song, but it helps the transition smoothen out so much more. And even ignoring the piano, you can hear the difference in the chords. Especially right here. Right there, you hear like, oh my god, right there. I really like that part a lot. I even mute the piano, listen to the strings. That is a complete difference from what the strings were doing before. Earlier, they were steady, going at the same pace that they were throughout the whole song. But then right here at this end portion, you can see, even right here, just looking at the playlist, they did not change so rapidly, right? A significant change that means that this is clearly going somewhere. So yes, I feel like this part right here is the climax. This is the peak of it. You're like, okay, I'm seated. So something's happening here. And at this point, we are in a completely different song. And what this transition has been doing the whole time was ingraining these 4 notes into your head right here. So now when you get to the next song, Colors of the Heart, it's the same thing right there. You know to look out for it. You know that's going to be a big component in the next song. Oh my god, I just like it. I like it so much. I like it so much. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And then you see right there, that's how it all comes together. The chords on the piano, the strings down at the bottom, and then the new melody introduced. They all go back to those 4 notes at the end. It all coalesces in a sense. They all coalesce together. So yeah, if you want to hear those in full, the links to the EP are in the description below. They're on all platforms. Maybe not all, but most. They're on most platforms. SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. It'll be there. Shit, even YouTube, I'm pretty sure. You can watch it on here, the same platform you're watching this on. I really like it. I think you should take a listen. But yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.
If I take a girl into the room, you know I'm not leaving at first base.